नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रीगणेशशारदा गुरुभ्यो नमः। शिवाय गुरवे नमः। महाह्रदो महागर्तो महाभूतो महानिधिः. There is a line. So the first name is Mahahradaha. Mahahradaya Namaha. So there are two words. The first word is Maha, means great. The next one is Hradaha. A lot of people say Hradaha. They think it is heart. No, it is not. It has some reference to heart, I will come there. But Hradaha means a backwater, a lagoon. When the sea goes and recedes, it leaves a huge water body. Or just rain goes into a depressed land. It forms a big water body. That is called Hradaha. That is Hradaha. So Mahahradaha means a great water body, Sarovar, like they say Sardar Sarovar, Manasa Sarovar, that is a Hradaha. So why is Vishnu called Mahahradaha? It's Gaunaha. So there is some kind of quality in him which is like the Great Lakes. Who is Great Lakes? Mahahradaha. Who is that? Mahavishnu. Why is he called that? Because why do you go to the lake? So that you can take a dip. You go to the lake so that you can take a dip. Why do you take a dip? Because the dip creates sattva gunam in you. What happens whenever you take a bath, always you emerge happy. You go inside very angrily and come out very calmly. That is the nature of water. Water is water immediately, nobody says that I am very depressed, I am in the water. Including elephants, they all try to splash it. They show, there is a lot of happiness involved. So always Jala Avagahanam and Anandam is equated. What happens when you do Avagahanam? Avagahanam means dipping. Tapasyam Avagahanam, there is a Absamba Sutra. What is that? Code of conduct. So they say that you should not go and stand in the shower and take bath. That is not tapas. What is tapas? Go in the river and dip. Immerse. Immersion is tapas. That is what they say. I don't know why. Probably that is when your entire body will become wet. It will become pure. But that is there stated in the Shastra that the correct way of taking bath is going and completely immersing inside and coming out. That is called Avagahanam. And Avagahanam is Tapasyam. Avagahanam is Tapasyam. So that is why Mahahradaha, you go to a Mahahrada to dip. Similarly, Vishnu, they go to dip. That is what he is quoting the Purana. That's the first line of today. Avagahya sadanandam Visramya sukham asate. Anandam avagahya. You dip into the happiness. Ananda means bliss. So when you go and immerse yourself in that place, you get happy. What is that place? Mahahradaha, Mahavishnu. Hradaha means Sarovar. Mahahradaha means Great Sarovar, meaning Manas Sarovar. Your own mind. What is that lake? Your own mind. Yeah, Manas Sarovar is what? Your own mind. So, for Great Lakes, you need permit to go and dip there. But for this, all you need is your wife's permission. You just close your eyes. Do not disturb me. And then you go and dip. Why is that it is called Manasa Sarovar? Why can't you call it Shiro Sarovar? The Sarovar can be inside your head. A lot of fluid there. In fact, there is no fluid. Why is always Manas Sarovar? Because in the Shastra, they say the seat of Vishnu, he is called Pundarikaksha. He is like a lotus in the heart. Sada Vasantam Hridaya Ravinde. That's what we say. Arati Karo every day. What do you say? Hridaya Ravinde Vasantam. Always he is seated where? Whether we look there or not, he is available there. That is why he is always referred to as Manasa Sarovar. Meaning, brain is not the seat of God. Why? Because the brain dies. It turns into ashes. But the mind does not. The mind does not die. Why? Mind is Sukshma Shariram. When you go, leave this body, the prana, it follows, the Sukshma Shariram follows you to the next birth, next body. Tomorrow morning, you wish that you wake up in this body. Day after tomorrow, you might decide differently. When it wakes up in the next body, a frog body or a swan body, whatever you like, it's up to you, your choice. There, this mind will be there. That is why the mind does not die like brain. The brain does. The mind does not die. That's why it is Manasa Sarovaram. Who is that Manasa Sarovar? The Manasa Sarovar is Vishnu. Why? Because the Vishnu Purana says that Avagahya Sadanandam Yoginas Samupasate. The yogis, they close their eyes, but they don't need anybody's permission. Why? They are yogis. And then they avagahade, they immerse. Where? In their own heart. I have to complete that. So it is not the brain, so it is not here, the Sarovar, but it is here. Why here? Why in the heart? Because the mind, look at my feet, it will directly go to the attention, will go to the feet. So wherever it wants, it can go, the mind. Mind is called Vibhuhu. Vibhuhu means what? Visheshena Bhuyate. It has that Vishesha. Wherever it wants, it can go. So if your leg is itching, it will go to the leg. If you meditate on the heart, what it will do? It will go to the heart. And if it wants to sleep, it will go to the Puridan Nadi and it will enter here. That's why always you close your eyes. Because when the mind goes up, it weighs you down, the sleep weighs you down. So they say that in the Yoga Shastra, the Puridat Nadi, when it enters, you get sleep. But when you are in the Hridaya, it's very alert and it's very peaceful. So that is the point of reference for the mind. It always comes back to the heart. So wherever it has to wander, it will go. Finally, where it will come back? It will come back to the heart, Atma. You don't say Atma, you say Atma. It comes back here. So that's why Hridaya Ravinda. Always meditation is done in the Manasa Sarovar. You go and take a dip. You go and take a dip and then you meditate. You rejoice in him. You means yogi. Avagahya Mahandam Yoginas Samupasate. That is why he is called as Mahahradaha. So what is the connection between the Great Lakes and Mahavishnu? Because he is the Manasa Sarovar. Anything that is given to you is Mahavishnu. Mind was given to you. It's a tool for you to do the meditation. And the place wherein you put the mind is also Mahavishnu, which is Mahahradaha, Manasa Sarovaraha, Avagahya Sadanandam Visramya, restful. That is the region where you go and rest. Where do you rest? You rest in your heart region. Because in your Purita Nadi you become unconscious. In your heart region you are very restful. That's why they say, mindfulness and all that. These New Age gurus. What do they say? Close your eyes and arrest your distracted mind. Bring it back. Put it here. They say all that. It is true. That's what yogis do. That is the yogi's day job is what? The yogi's day job is very simple. Yato yato nischarati manaschanchalam astiram. Whenever the mind is astiram, whenever the mind is chanchalam, tatastato niyamya, he does a niyama. Hey, come here. Atmanye vavasham nayet. He brings it into his own atma. He does not take it to anywhere. he brings back to his own. Atma is where? His own center. That is Mahahradaha. That is the meaning of Mahahradaha, the great water body, lagoon, great lake. Mahahrada Iva Mahahradaha. So he is like that. Vishnu is, we said it is Gaunani Namani. Vishnu has the same guna. Just like the Mahahrada can refresh you, a dip in the waters can refresh you, a meditation on Mahavishnu in the heart can make you very happy. That's why the yogis don't want to get up. Avagahya Sadanandam. Always they are happy. And Samupasate. They keep on Upasana. What is Upasate? What is the meaning of Upasate? Upa means nearby. Asate means sit. So you sit and record. Upasana means what? You sit there nearby. Upa Nishad. Upa Asate. That's what yogis do. They go inside to sit near him. That means what? They don't have any other object nearby them. They are filled with the Vishnu thought. The only thought is, that is called Upasana. That's what they do.
In the Bhagavatam, where it says in the beginning, Paramahansa Aswadita, that is referring to the Manasarovar.
Yes. Paramahamsa Aswadita.
There is the...
Because the Hamsas are there.
Yes.
Hamsas are found in Manasarovar and Canada. That is the... Yeah.
Because the Great Lakes are here also.
Correct. So Mahahradaha, Iva Hradaha. That is why Vishnu resembles that great lake. The resemblance means there should be some comparison. This is the comparison. The Hamsas goes and dip in the Manasa Sarovar. The Yogins go and dip in the Manasa, in their own minds. It is not Dhyanavasti tat etaso Pashyanti yam yoginaha. Yoginaha yam Pashyanti. Where? In their own heart. That means he is not available outside. You don't have to make any trip. All you have to do is stop all the trips. Any trip is not worth it. Just turn around and go inside. That is called Mahahradaha. Okay, then next one is Mahagartaha. So there are two words, Maha and Gartaha. The word Garta actually means a huge pit. Garta means, it is called Kokka in Malayalam. A huge pit. People go and commit suicide there. They have in Kerala suicide point. Meaning it is just to warn people not to do it. They take it as a cue to do it. So Garta is a huge pit. Accident prone. Where you can, cars can go. That's called a Garta. Garta means a huge pit. So Mahagartaha. Why is Vishnu called that? Because he has got Maya. So it's an unseen danger. So, Garta means a danger, you can go and fall and hurt yourself. So Vishnu is, in his case, his Garta, Vishnu's pit is the Maya. That's what he writes. Mahagartavat, like a great pit. Mahagartavat, like a great pit. Mahati asya Maya. Asya Vishnoho Maya. His Maya Shakti, Mahati. Mahati means great. Great means insurmountable. Once you are stuck, you are stuck. You cannot come out of Maya. What is Maya? Vedha, Dvedha, Brahmam, Chakre, Kanta, Sukanakeshu cha. Kanta, Kanakam. These are the two Mayas. And that's what he says. Mama Maya Duratyaya. He quotes the Gita. Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 14th verse. That's only like one pada. What is the other verse? Devi Hyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mam Eva Ye Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite Yesha Maya Mama. This Maya belongs to me. I am the owner of this Mayavi. One who owns a Mercedes is a Mercedes-E. Like that Mayavi. He owns the Maya. And what is the Maya? Gunamayi. The Maya is made of gunas. What is a gunam? Sattva gunam, Rajo gunam and Tamo gunam. Gunam does not mean good quality here. Gunam means quality. So these three modes of nature make Maya. And Duratyaya, nobody can cross it. Everybody will remain in that Maya all the time. But Mam eva ye prapadyante, those who chant Vishnu Sahasranama and surrender unto me. Why can't they surrender without Vishnu Sahasranama? Because there is no understanding. If you don't understand and surrender, what is the use? So you have to understand. That's why by chanting, by knowing, Jnatva prapadyante. That prapadyante means one who falls down in my feet. Padyante means what? One who falls down. Prapadyante, one who deliberately falls, meaning knowingly. Knowingly means with the intent of getting over the Maya. So you have to study Maya very well. And Maya is a huge subject. You need multiple PhDs to understand her. And you slowly understand, you do that all. And then you also surrender to Mahavishnu. What will happen then? Mayam etam tarantite. He will cross me. Cross my Maya. Etam mayam. This mama Maya. He will. That's what he saying. So, because mama Maya duratyaya. Duratyaya means dukkhena gandum shakya. Very difficult to cross over. That is why he is called Mahagartaha. Vishnu is called the great pit. I would like to have a very good word for this Garta other than pit.
Valley, canyon.
It says Gatta over here.
Gatta. Gatta is a good word. In
Gatta.
English, in Malayalam it is Kokka. Kokka means a huge pit.
Crevice.
Crevice. When you hear that word, you should get a shock like that. You should really.
Not a pot.
Not crevice, but crevasse.
No,
The
it's-
one they have in between glaciers, the Crevass. You know.
Okay.
Canyon.
So Maya is like that big, huge hole.
Black hole.
Okay,
There you go.
that will work.
Black hole.
Once you fall on it, it is very hard to come back. Iti Bhagavad Vajanat. Athava, you don't want all these problems, searching for words and all. Garta means Rathaha. Garta means a chariot. Garta means a chariot. In which you go, Garta. So Mahagartaha means Maharathaha, Maharathi. We all know that Vishnu is Maharathi. How? He is referred to as such in the Gita, in the Bharata. Athava Garta Shabdo Ratha Paryayaha. How do you know? It was said in Nairukte Rukta, by Aska it is said. Tasman Maharathaha Mahagartaha. Hence Mahagartaha means one who is a great charioteer. Maharathatvam Asya Mahabharadadishu Prasiddham. He is very famous as the great charioteer in the Mahabharata. So that is the second meaning of Mahagartaha. Then the third one. Mahahrado, Mahagarto, Mahabhutaha. What is the next one? Mahabhutaha. Okay, Bhutam means elements like Prithvi, Ap, Tejo, Vayu and Akasha. But all these 5 elements, they are all limited by space and time. The Bhutas are Bhuyate, they happen, they manifest. When did they manifest? During Big Bang. There is a time frame. You can all figure out when they were manifesting. But he is different from them. He is Mahabhutaha, meaning he is beyond time and space. That's what he writes. Kalatrayam Anavachinna Surupaha Mahabhutaha. One who is not limited by the 3 adjuncts or modes of time. Kalatraya Anavachinna. What is the Kalatrayam? Bhutam, Bhavat, and Bhavishyat. That is Kalatrayam. That is Anavachinna, one who is not controlled by that. Tadrishaha Bhutaha Mahabhutaha. So that is his Surupam. His Surupam is such, he is not limited by any adjuncts. If he has a beginning, then you can figure out when he began. If he has an end, you can say it ended. It is not possible to dismiss truth. Truth is always there. That is why it is truth. So it is Kalatraya Abadidam. It cannot be dismissed. Anything that can be dismissed is Bhutam. That cannot be dismissed, Anavachinnam, that is called Mahabhutam. That is Vishnu. The next one is Mahanidhihi. Nidhihi means a place of safekeep. What is Nidhi?
Not treasure.
Yeah, treasure is safekeep, no? Who puts treasure on the road? Treasure is always, that's why it is called treasure. Treasure is, you nidhiyate, nisheshana dhyate, completely you keep it safe. And why is Vishnu Mahanidhihi? Because everything is kept safely in it. What is everything? Everything can be included in the bhutas, the prapancha. Everything is what? This prapancha, the entire universe. Entire universe is made of 5 things. What is the 5 bhutas? So all the 5 bhutas, that is the entire thing. Your own, this PNC bank, your safety deposit, everything is included in that Panchamahabhutam. And they are all going to be kept safely in Nidhiyate, in Mahavishnu. That is why he is called Mahanidhihi. So Maha here means Sarva Bhutam. Sarva Bhutam means anything which manifests. Bhutam Bhuyate iti Bhutam. That is Prithvi, Ap, Tejo, Vayu and Akasham. That Asmin Nidhiyante. All of them, they go and sit in whom? In Mahavishnu. That is why he is called Iti Nidhihi. Nidhiyante. The entire creation made of the bhutas are safely kept in him. That's why when you come back, the Solon is still here. Because very safely kept in some place. All your things, wherever you go, your karma, it's following you. Because it's all safely kept. Everything is orderly kept. That is why he is called as Mahanidhihi. That is why it's called a treasure, because you know it is safe. And Vishnu is the final security. The entire thing is completely secure in him, in an order, in the proper order. That is why he is called as Mahanidhihi. Even after this, if people are interested in safety, then they really have to understand the meaning of Mahanidhi, that's all. Okay. Mahahrado, Mahagirto, Mahabhuto, Mahanidhihi. Otherwise, there is another meaning for Mahanidhihi. Mahanscha aso nidhihi Mahanidhihi. He himself is the treasure. Who is the treasure? Who is the Nidhi? Vishnu himself. Why? Because we safely keep him in our heart. We never spend him. It's always kept inside. बाद में देखेंगे अभी अंदर रखो. He is very safely kept. Like a Nidhi, he is saved. Control us and keep it safely. Mahanscha so nidhischa Mahanidhi. So थोड़ा लेकर चर्चा करो. So bring him out. And then Kumudaha. The next one is what? Kumudaha. Ku means earth. Dharani. What is the meaning of Ku? Dharani. Kum Dharanim. Mudaha means what? Happiness. When will you become happy? You have a huge responsibility. Somebody told you something. Hold on to this till I come. Then they come and take it off. The load. And what will you feel? Bhara pagame sukhi samvruttaha. Oh, this bharam is gone. Aham sukhi samvruttaha. That is called modam. What is modam? Modam is the happiness which comes in the form of relief. So this earth, she had this problem. That is called Bhubharaha. What is Bhubharaha? Everything is going in an order. And suddenly Hiranyaksha crops up. And he says, I am going to put pressure on the earth. He breaks the order. So all that weight weighs down Mother Earth. As a result, she goes down into the waters. So Varaha Avatara comes. And he comes and lifts her up and puts her back in her position. That is called as Modaha. For whom? For Mother Earth. Why? Because her halka ho gaya. Her bharam became light. It was made light. As a result of the removal of your distress, the emotion or the state you get is called Modaha. So Ku means Bhumi. Modaha means happiness. One who created happiness for Bhumi by lifting her and establishing order as Varaha Avatara. That's what he writes. Let us see the word. Dharanim. Bhara Avataranam Kurvan. Bhara Avatarana means removal of Bharam. मोदयति इति कुमुदः. Where is this Varaha Avtara came?
This word Kumuda has come earlier, no? Kumuda, Kuvaleshaya.
Yeah.
I think there it meant. This has come before.
So it is generally any avatara here. What is it? Any avatara, the purpose of any avatara is to remove the distress of the bhumi. That is why he is called as Kumudaha. That is the first meaning. There is one more meaning. It doesn't mention any one particular avatara, but I felt because of bhumi going down and lifting up. But in generally any case, bhumi is riddled with problems. That is when the avatara comes and makes her lighter again. The problems are gone, you feel light. That's called modam. Kum dharanim bharavatanam kurvan, by removing her bharam, her extra load, modayati, one who makes her happy. That is why Vishnu is called as Kumudaha. Or Kumudaha means where do you get the word Kumudaha? Oh, okay. The word Kumudaha means, Ku means Bhumi, Mudaha means happiness. So, it should mean the happiness of earth. And what is that doing with Vishnu? So, he says that the earth is getting happiness because of Vishnu. So the although it means it is the happiness of the earth, because that happiness is caused by Vishnu's presence, by removal of Bharavatanam, Lakshanaya, it indicates Vishnu's presence. Though the word Kumudaha means only happiness of earth, but how did that happiness come in the first place? Because of the presence of Vishnu as an avatara. Hence, Lakshanaya, Kumudaha means Vishnu. That is the thing. That is the next line. Like Mudiratra Andarbhavita Nijartaha. There is a niche. Niche means dissertative, like Jijnasa. From that you get the meaning towards Vishnu. So it means Vishnu. Not just the happiness of earth. Okay. It is all grammatical fight. But the meaning is Kumudaha means Vishnu. Why? Because he causes happiness to the earth. Kumudaha. Next one is Kundaraha. Kundaraha is like Sundaraha. So Daraha means Dati Daraha, one who gives. What does he give? He gives Kunda. What is Kunda? Kundam is Pushpam. What is Kundam? It's a kind of flower. Kunda Pushpam. So, what does it mean that Vishnu gives you flowers? Which means that he gives you beneficial results. Here, Pushpa means what? Beneficial results. That is why he is called as Kundaraha. So, unless you pray to him, the result might go the other way. The result can be beneficial if you pray to him. That is why he is called as Kundaraha. So, Raha means Rati. Rati means to give. Raha means Adatte. It also means fetch. So, what is the difference? When you say he gives you the good result, it means already you did some good karma, he is giving you the result as the karma phala data. But when you say Kundaraha is Adate, he fetches it. Actually, you don't deserve it, but because you are prayerful, he goes out of his way and gets it and gives it to you. That is the second meaning. That's the meaning of Adate. Both means Kundaraha. So the Raha can mean simply giving or fetching. Rati means Datati, to give. Or Rati means Adate. Adate means he goes and gets it to you. Idiva Kundaraha, that is the second meaning. How can you say that now? The question is, it is Kundaraha. Rati means to give. That is okay, I understand. But to fetch means Lati. Lana. Lana means what? To fetch. It came from Sanskrit. Lati. How can you say it should be Kundalaha? It is not Kundalaha, it is Kundaraha. If you say Kundaraha, then means he gives you result. But when you say he fetches it, it should be Kundalaha. It is not Kundaraha. Then Shankara says, Ralayor Vritye Gatva Svaranat. Rala, all are same, it's okay. Ralayor Abhedaha. You can say Kundaraha or Kundalaha. It means the same. Ra and La is same. It is mixed interchangeably used in language. That is why he can give you the result. He can also go and fetch it and give it to you. He has the power. Then Kundaha. The next one is what? Kundaha. Okay, again Ku means what? Dhara. Ku means Bhumi. That's what he writes. Kum Dharam. Kundaha. What is the meaning of Daha? Daha means two meanings. To give or to take. Like Kamadaha. Kamadaha means what? One who gives your Kama or one who takes away your Kama. If you are good, they will give. If you are bad, he will take away. Like that, Kundaha means one who gives to Bhumi. So Kum Bhumim Dharayamasa. So he carried. Kundaraha means what? He carried. Where did he carry? Hiranyaksha Jigamsaya. Jigamsa. Jigamsa means Hantum Ichha. Jigamsa means the desire to kill, the desire to destroy. The desire to destroy whom? Hiranyaksha. The Asura Hiranyaksha. Varaha Rupena Kum Dharam Dharayamasa. In order to kill Hiranyaksha, he had to snatch Dhara from Hiranyaksha and put her in a safe place and get back to Hiranyaksha and kill. So with that intent, he became what? Kundaha. Kundaraha. Sorry. Dhara means Dharayamasa. He carried. He carried who? He carried Dhara in order to destroy Hiranyaksha. So Kumudaha Kundaraha. Varaham Rupam Asthaya. Asthaya means having taken, having accepted. Having got the Rupam, form of Varaha, he did what? Darayati. He lifted Kum, Dharam, earth. That is why he is called Kundaraha. So Sundaraha means Krishna. Kundaraha means Varaha Avtara. Kundara and Sundara. Varaha and Krishna. Why he is Kundara? Because Darayati. He carried the Ku, earth. So you can either call a person Sundara or Kundara. Both will mean Vishnu. Next one is Kundaha. Earlier it came Kunda. What is Kunda? Kunda means a flower. So why do you call Vishnu a flower? Because he is like a flower. Like you called him Mahahradaha, right? Great lakes. Why? Because he is wide and soothing like a lake. When you take a dip, it soothes you. Similarly, why is he called a Kundaha or flower? Because Kundopama Sundarangatvat. Because his angas are very sundara. His angas are very beautiful. Very tender, like a flower. Kunda Upama Sundara Angatvat. Also, another Kunda is a very white flower, like jasmine. And it is Swachha. Swachha means blemishless. Swachha means dirtless, blemishless. Sphatika Nirmalaha. And also transparent like crystal. Swarovski. Is Sphatika Nirmalaha. Sphatikam, yeah, Swarovski. Sphathikamani. Pure crystal like. He's like, that is why he's called Kunda. So, Kumuda Kundara Kundaha. Or Kunda is one word. Kunda, when Kunda is one word, it is flower. Kunda Pushpam. Like the crystal. Pure. Swachha. But if you split it into two words, Ku and Da. Ku means earth. Da means give. One who gave earth. That is the meaning of Kundaha. Whom did he give? Kum Prithivim Kashyapaya Adat. Who is Kashyapa? The Brahma's Manasaputra, the first created being. So he needed place, no, for his wives. He needed earth. Somebody has to give it to him. Who gave him that? Vishnu gave him Ku. Kashyapaya Kum Dadati. That is why Vishnu is called Kundaha, one who gives Ku, earth. The earth giver to Kashyapa. Kashyapa Prajapati. Also, again, when he came as Parasurama, he did a yaga and he did a ritual. And in that ritual, he had to give Dakshina. At that time, he called Kashyapa Maharshi and gave him. That is a story in Harivamsha and Mahabharata. What is the story? Sarva Papa Vishuddhyartam Vajimedhena Cheshtavan Ishtavan Homam Kritavan. He did a yaga. What is the name of the yaga? Vajimedha. Like Ashwamedha. Vajimedha. Why did he do that? Sarva Papa Vishuddhyartam. For Vishuddhi of all the papas of everybody. Tasmin Yajne Mahadane. And in the Yajna, there is a ritual called Mahadanam. You have to give a huge body of land, real estate. That is called Mahadanam. Why real estate is Mahadanam? So you don't have any place to stay if you give off everything. So that is ultimate. The entire thing is given. So the whole Prithvi, Parashurama gave it to Bhrigunandanaha, Bhargavaha, Parashuramaha, Marichaya Dadau. He gave it to Marichi. Who is Marichi? Maricha's son. Who is that? Kashyapa Prajapati. Pritaha Kashyapaya Vasundharam. He gave it to Kashyapa. That is why Vishnu is called as Kundaha. Kum Prithivim Bhumidanam Karoti Dati Kum Dati. That is why he is called as Kundaha. So he also gave a reference from Mahabharata when he did that. So Kumudaha, Kundaraha, Kundaha, Parjanyaha. So one more meaning. Whenever there is Da, there is a positive and negative meaning. Prithvi Dyati Kandayadi Diva Kundaha. So one who cuts the earth. What do you mean by cut the earth? Here he says, Ku here does not mean earth. Ku here means Prithvi Ishvara. Ko means what? Prithvi. It's not Prithvi, but Prithvi Ishvara. Like they say, Manchaha Kroshanti. The cradle is crying. What do you say? The cradle is? When will the cradle cry? Aha. When the cradle owner, the pati of cradle. Who is the cradle pati? The boy or girl. So when you say the cradle is crying, you mean the person who is in the cradle. Similarly, when you say he is cutting, he is silencing the cradle. When you say please silence that cradle. So what do? Take some milk and put it in the mouth. You don't really silence it otherwise. So here also, he cut down the earth means what? He cut down the people who are bothering the earth. Or he cut down the owners of the earth. Who are the owners of earth? Kshatriyas. Who are the owners of the earth? The Kshatriyas. They are the one who says, hey, I am it. I am Cleveland. If you want Cleveland, get me first. Then you can touch it. So that's why the Prithvi means Prithvi Patihi. Shankara clearly writes it. Kushabdena Prithvi Ishvaraha Lakshyante. What is Lakshana? Suggested meaning, indicate. By Prithvi, the Prithvi Ishvara is indicated. So then what will Kundaha mean? One who cuts off Prithvi, meaning one who demolishes Prithvi Ishvara. How do you know he did that? He is quoting Mahabharata, Vishnu Purana.
Parashurama, right?
Parashurama, right. Parashurama, Bhrigunandana. So how did he do that? Niskshatriyam yaschakara Niskshatriyam yaschakara medini Aneka shobhahu vanam tatachinat Yakarta viryasyata bhargavottamo Mamastu mangalya vivardhaye harihi. Harihi. Who is Hari? Mahavishnu. Harihi mama astu. Let that Mahavishnu belong to me. Let me have him. Why do you want Mahavishnu? Mangalya vivirdhaye. So that there will be some mangalam for me. In Tamil, mankalam means earthen pot. Mankalam. So I will get a lot of auspicious things. So Mangala Vrdhe, for increasing Mangalam, let me have Harihi. What kind of Harihi? Bhargavottamaha Harihi. Who is Bhargavottamaha? The best in the Bhrigu Vamsha. There are so many people like Shukracharya. He is also one of them. He came in the Bhrigu Vamsha. Who Parashurama. So Bhargavottamaha, Bhargavanam Uttamaha. The best among Bhrigus. Like Raghavottama. In Raghuvamsha there are a lot of people. But there is one person who is Uttama. He is Raghavottama. Like that, this Parashurama is Bhargavottamaha. In the Bhrigu he is the best. What did he do? Achinat. He cut off. What did he cut? Vanam. He cut off a forest. So forest is made of what? Forest is made of trees. Forest is made of trees. And trees are made of what? Branches. And they are called, that forest is called Vanam. What is Vanam? Forest. So Vanam generally means made of Vriksham. That we assume. So the Vishnu Dharmottara Purana does not want us to assume that. So what does he say? Bahuvanam. He went and cut off a forest, right? But that forest was the forest of fingers, of hands, of bahu, of shoulders. That's what he cut. He did not cut the trees. Bahuvanam. Who has so many hands? Which Kshatriya, what kind of Kshatriya he is, who has so many hands? Sahasrabahu. He is called Kartaviryaha. Amar Chitragada. Kartavirya means what? One who has got Sahasrabahu. Kartavirya Arjuno Nama Raja Bahu Sahasravan. He had 1000. Yeah, how did he get it? Shiva Purana. He got it by the grace of Lord Shiva. Why? They say, no, you are so beautiful. 2 eyes are not enough. And how many eyes do we need? So he said to the Shiva like that, 2 hands are not enough. I want many hands to do puja. So then Shiva said, Sahasrabahur Bhava. Go and get innumerable hands. Why do you say Sahasra Shirasha Purusha Sahasraksha? How? Because he has so many. He has millions of hands. So he gave 1,000 to Kartavirya. That is why he is called as Sahasrabahu. Only Kartavirya Arjuna has that name. Kartavirya Arjuna is called Sahasrabahu. Indra has got a name. He is called Sahasraksha. He has got 1,000 eyes. Why? Because he looked at Ahalya with evil intent. Then Gautama said, oh, you want to look? Okay, look. The entire body shall be filled with eyes. That's how he got Sahasraksha. But this Kartavirya Arjuna was Sahasra Bahuhu. So 2 hands are not enough to Shiva Puja, so he got 1,000. Once he got 1,000, he couldn't keep quiet. He went to Jamadagini, gave me that Kamadhenu. I will use all my hands. Then the sun came, Parashurama. Bahuvanam Chicheda. He took care of the entire forest of the hands of Kartavirya. That's what he means. Anekasho Bahuvanam Tatachinat. Many times he went and cut it. Because enraged. You know that anger, right? Like you don't want even a grass to remain there. Everything, samulam. That is why Anekasha, again and again, 21 times, he went back. Wherever he sees Kshatriya, he will go and cut them off. Then what did he do with this cutting of Bahuvanam? Nikshatriyam Medinim Chakara. This Medini means Bhumi. Medini means the earth. Nikshatriyam Chakara. He made sure there are no more Kshatriyas. Yak Kartaviryasya. For whom it was done? Kartavirya. He started the process. It started with Kartavirya and Sahasrabahu and it ended with Nikshatriya. Except like Dasharatha, some few people. So he was marrying every day. He had, because Parashurama will not kill somebody who is in the Bharat. If you are in Yadom ki Bharat, you are like with all that bridegroom dress, then he'll say, okay, I'll come back. So whenever Parashurama came, he was in a bridegroom, like N.T. Ramarao, 65 years old. He wants to escape Parashurama's axe. So only such few people were left. Other than that, all the Kshatriyas were taken care of by this Bhargava Rama. This Bhargava Rama, I do my namaskaram. So that he will do Mangalam for me. He won't give me, he will not become a Kundaha. He will not cut the good phalams coming towards me.
Is there a story of Ravana also fighting Sahasrabahu?
Yes.
There is, right?
That is what Hanuman's logic. You see, Hanuman is very, very smart. So, Kartavirya Arjuna went to do Sandhyavandanam. Evening they take water and throw it towards the sun. So, Bali also went there for Sandhyavandanam. And Bali saw that. Angada was very restless. Anga means your lap. Yeah, thigh, lap. So Angada means you put him in your lap, means your son. So Angada was in the cradle. So the cradle was crying. So he looked, hey, why are you crying? Then he understood. He's not going to reply. He needs a toy. So nearby, Kartavirya Arjuna was doing Sandhyavandanam. He picked up Kartavirya Arjuna and tied it like a toy. I'm just making it up, okay? So Angada saw it and he kept quiet. He became quiet. So when Hanuman goes to Sri Lanka, he reminds Ravana that you were vanquished by Kartavirya Arjuna. Kartavirya Arjuna actually fights Ravana and vanquishes him. Ravana runs away from Kartavirya Arjuna. And Kartavirya Arjuna was given as a toy for Angada by Vali. And that Vali was killed by Rama. You don't stand a chance. Give up. But Ravana does not understand. So, that is why This Kartavirya Arjuna is seen as, in fact, he is seen as an avatar of Shiva. Shivamsha he is. Like Jalandharaha, he is also an avatar of Rudra. That Kartavirya's hands, which was like forest, Dati, Khandayati, iti Kundaha. That is why he is called as Kundaha. Kumada, Kundara, Kundaha. Iti Vishnu Dharme. Vishnu Dharma Purana. That is the story. The next one is Parjanyaha. What is Parjanyaha? Parjanya means rain. Parjanya Japam they do. Varna Japam. Parjanya Japam means Varna Japam. They do it for rains. So why is Vishnu called Parjanyaha? What does rain do? Tapatrayam nashayati. When you are in Madras, you feel, can I get some rain? But even in Cleveland nowadays, you feel like it's so hot. It will be nice if I have a shower. If you don't find it there, you go to the bathroom. So that is Parjanya. Parjanya tapatrayam nashayati. It removes the heat. So like that, what does Vishnu do? Sun can only take one heat, the heat, his own heat. But Vishnu can take 3 heats. That is called Tapatrayam. What is the 3 tapam? The tapam coming from your own body. Oh, what will happen? What will he tell me? Like your own thoughts, from your own making up, your own ajnana. That is called Adhyatmika. She is not going to tell you anything, but you make it up. What will the boss tell me? How will I face him? That is what Vidura was telling Dhritarashtra. Oh, tomorrow morning Krishna is going to come. If Krishna comes, he will ask, give a land, some half the country to Yudhishthira. How am I going to reply him? Then he loses his sleep. So that's what the tapam will do. Tapam will make you abnormal because it will increase your temperature. Your pressure will go up from your own inside. That is called Adhyatmikam. Then it also really can come from the boss. That is called Adi Bhautikam. Then Adi Devikam. Boss also is sleeping, you are also sleeping. Suddenly they can have a huge hurricane. Whole Katrina can take your top away. That is Adi Devikam. These Tapatrayas Vishnu can alleviate. How? Like a shower. Like a sudden shower. Like a pleasant sudden shower. That is why Vishnu is called as Parjanyaha. It's like a rain, pleasant rain. Parjanyavat Adhyatmika Adi Tapatrayam Shamayati. He vanquishes it. Okay, I don't want this meaning because it's like very negative. Why are you talking about my boss and all? Then he says, I'll give you a positive meaning. Abhivarshati means he showers. What showers? Blessings. Whatever you want. That is the second meaning. Sarvan kaman abhivarshati iti parjanyaha. One who fulfills all your desires like a shower. All you have to go stand in front of him, turn the knob. Suddenly Vishnu will shower all the kama. In the shower at least you have jadika, like. But when Vishnu gives, it's like very smooth. That is why he is called as Parjanya. Second meaning, Kaman Abhivarshati. One who gives you your kamam, your desired objects. And you have to add without transgressing dharma. That you have to add. Parjanyaha Pavanaha. Pavanaha means, Pavanaha, sorry. Parjanyaha Pavanaha. Pavanaha means Punati iti Pavanaha. Punati means purifies. The name Pavana is the name of air. You know that only air can purify. Only air can purify.
This has come before also.
Huh?
Pavano Nalaha. This has come before. Pavanaha. Pavanaha. Yeah.
So, why air is the purifier? Even the sun can purify, because there was a fight between the sun and air. So they say that a guy was going with whole coat and everything. You read that story, right, in your school? So the sun started scorching that guy and he removes it. But the smell won't go away. For the smell to go away, the air has to come and remove it, right? So the real purifier is who? It is the air.
That's not the story.
But,
Story is different.
okay, but anyway, how the air purifies? Here, you don't have to even invoke Vishnu or anything. You only have to remember him. Air means you have to switch on the switch and the air will purify, air purifier. But Smriti Matrena, how does Vishnu is Pavanaha? How is Vishnu like the air? Smriti Matrena. Just say Vishnu, then the bad thoughts go away. Just like a breeze pushes bad smell, that Vishnu thought can move Punati, impurities, and Punati purifies. By removing the impurity, Smriti Matrena. That is what they say. Apavitra pavitruva sarvavastham gatopi va yes maret pundari kaksham sabahya abhyantara suchihi pundari kaksha pundari kaksha pundari kaksha. If you say pundari kaksha thrice, antaha behihi, your soul, your sukshma sharira and your behi sharira, everything will become pure immediately. That is the power of Vishnu Smaranam. That's the meaning of Pavanaha, Pavayati, one purifier, one who purifies. That story you figure out a little bit and correctly you get that right. But only Vishnu is the purifier. Like the air, only air can purify, not the sun.
So why are we saying Pavana here? Because there is a A matra here, it's Pavana according to this.
Yeah, it can be Pavana or Pavana. Both are Pathabhedas. Okay. Pavanaha or Pavanaha, both are there. There is another pattern. But it means Punati. It means the wind. Wind means the purifier. And Vishnu is the purifier because by remembering he purifies. You don't have to invoke. You don't need electricity. Just by remembrance, with your own mind, you can do that purification.
Shuchi Shravaha.
Like Shuchi Shravaha, yes. By hearing about him. Here there is not even hearing.
Thinking.
Yeah, even if you are deaf, you can remember. Okay. Pavanaha, Anilaha. So Pavanaha means Vayu, Anilaha. Anila also means Vayu, no? Anila also means Vayu. Okay. Yes. Ila means movement. What is ila? Move, to move. Na ilati, anilaha. One who does not move. Or ila means, ida means to prerana, to inspire. Ilati means prereti. And see how do you move about? Because you are breathing, right? So the primary motivation for you is because you are alive. So who is moving you? Vayu. Who is moving you? Vayu. But he himself is not being moved by anybody. He himself is not being. That is why he is called Anilaha. He is the mover, all right. He is the motivator, all right. But he himself does not move. That is why Vishnu is like that. Even the Vayu is moved by who? By Vishnu. Vishasmad Vatah Pavate. Even the Vayu is being moved by. So relatively you can say that Vayu is the mover. Vayu is not moved by anybody. But in reality even that Vayu is moved by, inspired by Vishnu. So Vishnu is the real Anilaha.
I think the meaning that came earlier, Anilaha was, Nila was house
Ah.
And Anilaha was one that does not have a
Yeah, one who is not stored anywhere.
not stored anywhere.
It's moving
and so
around.
is-
He is giving a different meaning here now. Yeah. The second meaning is ilati means sopiti. Ilati means one who sleeps. Iti ilaha. Tad viparitaha anilaha. So the breathing does not sleep. If breathing sleeps, what will happen? He will die. Everybody sleeps in the house. The eye sleep, the nose sleeps, the hand sleeps. Who is the one who is awake all the time? You ask your wife, she'll tell. The loudest person in the house, she's breathing. All other servants are quiet. But breathing does not. 24/7 breathing is chalu hai. That is why he is called anilaha. Ilaha means a sleeping person. Who is a sleeping person? All your sense organs. Even the mind sleeps when it doesn't dream. But breathing does not sleep. That is why na ilati does not sleep. Even if you give sequel, the breathing will not sleep. That is why he is called anilaha. Ilati sopiti iti ilaha. One who sleeps is called ila. Tad viparitaha. One who does not sleep. Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu does not sleep. Your prana also does not sleep. Why does not he sleep? Nitya Buddha Swarupatvat. Because he has awoken. Nitya, his waking is Nitya. He does not need it. You need sleep only if you are an Ajnani. If you are Ajna. If you are a Baddha. If you are a Buddhu. He is Buddha. He is Nitya Buddha. Hence he does not sleep. Athava Nilater Gahanarthatvat Kapratyetvantat Aganaha Anilaha. Okay. Nilaha means Gahanaha. Nilatehe Gahanartak. So Nilaha means one who is very protected. Gahanaha means what? One who is in the deepest recess. If you want to go and meet a very important person, he'll be Gahanaha. He'll be very well protected. But he is not Gahanaha. He is Agahanaha. Means what? Easily accessible. So Nilaha means Gahanaha. Means one who is inaccessible. Anilaha means one who is not.
Inaccessible.
One who is always accessible. Anilaha means your prana. It's always accessible. Whenever you want, you can just take it. Vishnu is also like that. Sulabaha. Bhakta Sulabaha. That's what he writes. Bhaktebhyaha Sulabaha. Anilaha means what? Bhaktebhyaha Sulabaha. Is very easily accessible for his devotees. Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisha Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sugino Bhavantu Sarve Bhavantu Suginaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhaved Om Shanti.